Hello and welcome to my new channel. The first video that I have decided to film is the no spend year 2020. And this could also be considered a low spend year, but we're just gonna go with no spend. But I am going to explain everything that I am not gonna be spending money on for 2020 and everything that I am making an exception for and the reasoning for that. I honestly don't know why I'm doing this to myself because I know it's going to suck. I honestly feel excited right now, but I know that in a couple of months when I'm at the store and I see something that I really, really want to buy, I'm going to be angry that I decided to do this, but I think it's going to be worth it. I'm really excited because this is going to be a true test of my discipline. This will be a true test of my dedication to paying off my debt and saving money and just doing something for me. Something that I know I can do, but is a challenge. The reason I decided to do this is because I've been struggling quite a bit with my finances over the last few months. I recently did a balance transfer of my student loans to a couple of credit cards. I did about $6,000 and I'm having trouble paying that off before the interest is going to hit in June. I've had multiple financial setbacks. I've had a hard time getting ahead. I have been constantly thinking about finances and just focusing on the negative side of money to a point where I think it is just slowing down my progress, and I don't want to feel this way anymore. And I really was inspired to start creating more of these videos for people to watch. And then I started doing some research on the no spend year. I have done a no spend month. I did it in June of 2019, and I believe I only bought like one thing. Like one day I spent extra money on unnecessary things, but that is the only time I've done this. So this is pretty dramatic for me. But the reason I really want to do this is because I have to make a change with something. In 2019, I spent over $5,000 in unnecessary things. Now, some of these things were necessary. Some of these things included investments in my own self and my own health. This also included things like clothes and shoes and unnecessary beauty products, candles, lotions, plants, like just a bunch of random things. I mean, $5,000 for a whole year isn't horrible. But if I can lower that as dramatically as I can, ideally to like less than $200 on unnecessary things, then I could possibly make a little bit more progress in my debt or in my saving or investing, something of the sort. A couple of other goals with 2020 and my finances would be that I really want to increase my income. In 2019, I made an extra $6,000 from my online business. That is a pretty decent amount of money for the year. However, I spend a lot of time on my business. I dedicate several hours every day to my business, so the time investment to the money that I earned is not equal, but I'm okay with that. I just would like to increase it. I'm not going to put a number on it right now just because I don't want to put that pressure on myself. I have a number in my head, an idea, but I don't want to put pressure on myself. The final thing is I really want to work on my money mindset. So I need to stop obsessing over my finances so much. I was constantly adding up my debt. I was constantly calculating when I could pay it off, how much extra I could pay off next month, how much I could have saved on something. And it's just gotten to a point where it's really stressing me out, and I'm doing this to myself and I don't want to do it anymore. So of course, I'm still going to be paying attention to my finances because I'm doing this no spend year, but I want to do it in a healthier way and not obsessively. And now, to be honest, I basically live paycheck to paycheck. I have an emergency savings. I also have sinking funds, so that acts as an extra savings if I absolutely needed it. But aside from that, I have my paycheck, I pay all my bills, I get all my groceries and all those things, and by the end of the month, I am basically at $0 left over. I obviously don't let my bank account get to that, but after things are said and done, it is down to basically nothing. So then I get paid again, repeat the cycle, and I don't like that. which is the main reason why I need to increase my income and decrease my spending. But my current living situation, I live on my own in an apartment. This apartment costs me a certain amount of money that makes it not very possible to save any more than I can. We're gonna get into all the numbers, but that's basically the gist of it, my why. I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully you join me on this journey, or at least try for a couple of months to go without spending your money. Okay, I apologize for this weird angle. One of these days I will invest in a whiteboard, or if somebody wants to donate a whiteboard to me that is an easel and large and moves around, then that would be great. But we're gonna work with what I have right now. So I'm gonna go over the things that I do not want to spend money on in 2020. No clothes, no clothes of any sorts, not even discounted clothes like Goodwill or anything. I don't need them unless I absolutely like have to go buy something that like I don't have, but I highly doubt that that's gonna happen. I don't need new shoes, no notebooks or pens. I do have an exception that I'll talk about in a minute. No home decor, no supplements. This includes things like protein and BCAAs that I like get hype about buying and then I don't want them later. Electronics, I don't need a camera, computer, things like that. No buying books, no physical books, no ebooks, no audiobooks, nothing like that. I have enough for the whole year to read. Let's just say that. No new courses. So sometimes throughout the year I'll buy like a blogging course or typically just a blogging course or something to learn something new, but I'm not going to this year. And no extra beauty products. So this includes like unnecessary beauty products, face masks, face scrubs, things like that, that I could probably make at home anyway. All right, I have made my list of exceptions and I'm going to go through and explain each of these and tell you what I expect to pay on each of these for the whole year. So it's kind of like a year budget and just telling you what I'm thinking, okay? So rent and utilities. I live in this apartment currently. I pay about $1,500 for rent and utilities combined. That's an average, so this would come to about $18,000 for the year. However, in May, my lease ends. I don't know if I'm gonna stay here or if I'm going to move somewhere else. Anything could happen before the end of the year, so I don't know. At this point, I'm going to assume I will be living in this apartment, so I think it will stay around the $1,500 mark. So that's the number I'm gonna go with. Obviously, as we get there, I will address that. So, rent/utilities, $18,000 for the year. Obviously, these first few things are very obvious. I just wanted to make that clear. I just wanted to make it clear what I am willing to spend money on. And obviously, I need a place to live, and I need food to eat, things like that. But I wanted to go through the breakdown of everything that I'll be spending. So, groceries, this includes toiletries as well. So this would be, detergent and toilet paper, things like that. I don't blow money on that stuff anyway, so I should be fine to include it in this budget. But the thing about groceries is that I do not budget for groceries. I like to think I do, but I don't. And in 2019, I probably spent close to $4,000 on food. So this includes food as well, like going out to eat. And I don't typically go out to eat. If I do, I only go either with my family or with my boyfriend, and typically, like, he pays sometimes, I pay sometimes, but we really both are going to try and cut that out just because he's trying to help me out. This budget is going to include everything. So like I said, in 2019, I probably spent about $4,000 on groceries, food, all of that, maybe a little bit more, which I personally don't think is that bad because I prepare all my food, I meal prep my food, I use all my food for the most part, so it's like I don't see it as a waste. I like to eat a lot of food, and the food that I purchase is pretty healthy. So I buy a lot of produce, which ups the price of a lot of things. I am vegan, so sometimes I will purchase, vegan meats or something that's a little bit pricier. So I definitely could budget if I really, really paid attention to it. So I would like to budget $250 a month for toiletries and going out to eat and my groceries, which is definitely doable. I'm just gonna have to put in more effort and pay attention. So this would be $3,000 for the year. Gas, again, another obvious one. So this is gas for my car. I get gas about twice a week. I have a Toyota Camry, so this costs me about $55 on average each month. So I'm gonna budget about $660 for this, probably $700 or so. We'll just do $700. Maybe higher, maybe lower. I can't control the cost of gas. It's something I have to get, okay? And then, of course, I still have to pay my debt this year. If you don't know, I will put my link down below for where I share my debt story on my blog. I also have videos on my main channel, Living Like Layla, where I talk about how much debt I have and what it's made of. But to make it simple, I have my car loan, I have student loans, and I have credit cards again because I did a balance transfer of my student loans over to 2 of my credit cards. And then I charged a couple of things to my credit card, so I have about $6,500 in credit card debt at the moment. My car, I owe about $14,000. My student loans, a little over $36,000. So in total, about $58,000, okay? And so my minimum payment for my car is $382 and some change. The minimum payment for my student loan debt is $301 and some change. For my credit cards, I plan to put at least $300 to them extra each month, but hopefully I can pay it all off by June. That is my goal. We're gonna make it happen some way, somehow. So for my debt, my goal is to pay off at least $20,000 total. So we're gonna put that over $20,000. Technically, paying off debt is like saving because you are gonna, that's, you know, paying off money that you already borrowed. Okay, next I have to pay for my insurance and phone bill. So my insurance is kind of weird. So I have health insurance through my job. I don't have vision and dental, and then I also have life insurance. So those 3 combined are $147 and some change. And then I pay my dad pays my car insurance, but I pay his phone bill and my stepmom's phone bill. So it replaces each other. So that's about $130, and then I pay my phone bill. I also give my sister some money each month, $50, to help her out with our dog. So it's like child support, because my sister has our dogs, and obviously I'm not gonna just like not contribute anything because they were my dogs too. They still are. And so those 3 things are $277. So that together is about $5,100. So that's, again, vision, dental insurance, life insurance, phone bill, car insurance, and my dogs. Business expenses is a non-negotiable for me. So this includes things like G Suite, which is how I have my email, my domain email. This is hosting for my blog. This is my domain name. This is email services so that I can send people emails. It's all these things that kind of just add up. And typically I just pay a yearly fee for each of these things. However, this year I also want to invest in a logo design. So I have a friend, I think, that will be able to design for me. So I am budgeting for that as well. But this I'm going to put at about $1,000 to $1,200 for the year. Let's go just with the higher amount. So $1,200. I apologize. This is like going down. This is how I always write. It's Cricut. I'm sorry. Donations. I donate at least $50 every month to an animal rescue, just whatever my soul is speaking to. So this will be, is that $500? My sinking funds, I put $200 in various sinking funds every month. Now this may be weird for some people. I will talk about sinking funds in a future video, but I know some people will be like, oh, cut this out, but I do not want to. So I put $200 total into a high yield savings account, $100 to gifts, $30 to car maintenance, $50 for medical and dental, and $20 to vacation. So total, that adds up to $200 for 12 months, $2,400. So that does mean I will still be buying gifts for Christmas, for birthdays, things like that, because I would like to, and I can budget for it. If I absolutely need this money, yes, I'll use it, but I don't see myself stressing about that. Grow You is a group coaching program that I am in with my coach, Natalie Bacon, and I am going to be in this through July. So this costs me $49 a month through, I think it's going to be through June or July, but I'm just going to say July. So this would be $343 even. And then after July, I will be out of it. Personal hygiene, did I spell that right? I don't even know. Let's see if I spelled that right. I didn't. I-E, sorry. I knew I spelled it wrong when I was writing it. Okay, personal hygiene. So this includes my facial moisturizer. This also includes my perfume because it's $35 for a bottle or whatever it is. So these things are, once I run out of them, I can buy them. I'm still going to need to buy body lotion when I run out of it. Nothing crazy, nothing unnecessary, just like basic body lotion, deodorant, shampoo, things like that. I'm not including that in groceries because I don't think that will cover everything. So again, only as I run out. So for this, I think it'll be about $300. But nothing unnecessary. You know, I don't need any more like different lotion or fancy perfume or anything like that. Vitamins. So this includes, I use the Ritual multivitamin. I've been using them for several years. I'm actually affiliated with them, so I'll link them down below. I highly recommend them, and it's the only vitamin that has worked to keep my vitamin D levels up. I also take B12. I take a digestive enzyme, omega-3s, vitamin C, and vegan collagen. So that's all included here. I'm estimating that this is going to cost me about $500 for the year. Okay, travel and experiences, that this is going to fall under travel as well. So I am 100% going to Chicago this year because I'm going to an event with my coach, and I've actually already booked that. I've already booked the flight that's paid for. I've booked the hotel, but they're not going to charge my card until April, which is when I'm going. And so that itself is $572 for the hotel. And then while I'm there, I budgeted about another $85 or so for like food and transportation while I'm there. So for this, I'm going to put, I really don't know what to put. So I don't want to, if something comes up in the year, like a concert or something that I really wanted to go to, or some event comes up that I really, really wanted to go to, I'm not going to say no to an experience, you know, if I really want to do it. So I turn down a lot of things. I don't go out really ever. So if there is something that comes up, I am willing to spend on it. But for now, I'm just going to put this at the Chicago trip, which is going to be about like $700, including the hotel. Massages, question mark, because I don't know. My boyfriend already offered and agreed to give me full body massages, which is what I prefer. I prefer to get a professional massage from a massage therapist because I think it is an investment in my body. I work out a lot. It helps me relax. It was a way for me to treat myself. And for a while, I was going every 45 days or so. And it does add up. It's about 90 to 100 each time I go. Including tip, because I go to people who have it at a little bit of a lower price. But I don't know. If I do this, if I go, I would probably go just twice in the year for a professional massage, and that would cost me about $200. So we'll put it on. I don't know. I do consider massages an investment. I am willing to sacrifice them though if I really need to. But $200 isn't much. This one is kind of random. It says planner slash notebook. And remember up here I was talking about no spending on notebooks. This is what I was talking about with the exception. So every year I have a new planner and a new notebook for the year. So I already know that in 2020, at the end of the year, I'm gonna buy a planner and notebook for the next year. I know it's silly, but that is an exception. Should cost me like 20 bucks. But that is really the gist of it, and I'm gonna post this on my wall to keep me motivated. This is, like I said, for the year of 2020. I know this is going to be difficult and challenging, but I'm up for it. I'm excited about it, and I think this can really help me, and I think it could help you too if you are looking for a change with your finances. There are a couple of things that I'm doing before the year ends and, you know, as I go into the new year as well. So that's going to be like decluttering. Definitely going to go through my closet and get rid of a few things, sell a few things. If I can make some extra cash and put that toward my debt, that'd be great. I already have some things in mind that I want to get rid of. I'm definitely going to be looking into some more meal ideas, because I meal prep every single week, but I want to find some, you know, more affordable meal preps that will fit into my budget of $50 a week or $60 a week. And yeah, I think that's really it. I'm gonna be keeping track of this journey on this YouTube channel and on my Instagram, so make sure you're subscribed and make sure you're following me over there. If you're gonna be joining me on this no spend year 2020, comment that down below. Please share this video if you would like to. Please subscribe if you haven't already and give it a thumbs up. I'm really excited for this whole financial journey. 2020 is gonna be great, and I hope you guys are excited for it too. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.